Good morning, Stephanie.
Good morning.
I have something for you.
For me?
Yes, it's for your support, especially in the last couple of days when I've needed it so badly. You were there for me, and I'll never forget that.
Well, a gift wasn't necessary.
Oh, yes, it was, for me. To show you how I feel. Somehow, when you and I verbalize our feelings, they don't always come off as intended.
That's very true.
So, open it.
Well, if you don't mind, I'll do that later.
Why not now?
Well, that's just the way I would prefer it.
Stephanie, why does everything have to be so complicated between us? The minute we start getting close, you put up this wall. I really want to break that final barrier. I want to overcome our differences.
I don't know if that's possible.
Well, I disagree with that. I think that it is possible. And I'm very confident about that, now that you've accepted the fact that Ridge and I are going to be married, and that I am going to be your daughter-in-law.
I haven't seen that for a while.
What's that?
A smile on your face. Something I should know about?
It's called the Fall and Winter Showing.
Well, that is exciting.
It's more than exciting, Thorne. It's exhilarating. It's pure ecstasy, downright sensual.
Is that the way everything translates for you? Sensual? Sexual?
Something wrong with that?
It becomes an obsession.
Well, I don't think that's a problem. Yet. There is something that could be a problem that's been nagging away at me.
Which is?
This thing with Sally Spectra, her showing her own line.
Rich, I don't think that's much of a problem. She could never compete with us.
Sally Spectra's not a designer. So where's she getting all these designs? I don't trust that woman, and so help me, Thorne. If she rips off as much as one Forrester design, I'm going to nail her.
Ridge, there's no way that Sally could be ripping us off. Her line's already set. There's no way that she breached our security either.
Well, we'll find out soon enough, won't we? Caroline's going to see her line later today.
How do you know that?
How do I know what?
How do you know that Caroline is going to see Sally Spectra? When did she tell you that?
You're getting paranoid, Thorne.
I asked you a question. When did Caroline tell you that?
The same time she told you. There's no clandestine meeting. You were there. The whole family was there.
Okay. So they got to be all ticketed and ready to move out of here by this afternoon, right?
Don't worry about it. I'll take care
What
of it.
about the trucks? They got to be on the trucks by tonight.
I know.
And on the selling floor by tomorrow morning, right?
Look, we have been over this 1,000 times.
Hey, watch out. Okay. What? Hey, turn that thing off, will you? I wish I could stay here and hold your hand until all this stuff is out, but I can't. I got the little Forrester daughter-in-law showing up here, and believe me, that is not going to be an easy sell, you know what I mean?
Miss Spencer's here to see you.
It is true, isn't it, Stephanie? I mean, you have accepted the fact that Rich and I are going to be married. That's why you were so supportive when my baby was in jeopardy.
Brooke, this baby is important to both of us.
Stephanie, I would desperately like you to tell me that you were concerned about me and my baby's well-being instead of my relationship with Ridge.
But it's the relationship with Ridge that's important to you.
Yes, of course it is. You know that. And you also know what I'm talking about.
No, I think you have to explain what you mean.
Yesterday, you were thinking mostly of me. And there were no ulterior motives.
Oh. Well, what ulterior motive do you think I might have?
So it's true, isn't it? You're willing to accept me as a daughter-in-law. Only if it will keep Caroline from leaving Thorne. There, I've said it. It's true, isn't it, Stephanie?
I really don't want to get into this with you right now. I'm late. Thank you for the gift.
Miss Spencer, I'm so glad you could make it. You found your way over here all right, I see.
Yes, I did. I'm not very familiar with this neighborhood, but
Oh, well, listen, it's not half as dangerous as it looks. Of course, I'd like to be in a better priced neighborhood myself, but I don't want to inconvenience my workers, you know? You want to step this way? Here we are, Miss Spencer. This is one of our many design rooms. These ladies in here really do a wonderful job. Everything here is handmade.
what are they making samples?
No. This is the finished product. It's all part of my new fall season. Speaking of which, I know you haven't got that much time. Shall we go take a look at the big show? Come on. I'm so delighted that you could spend a little time with me here this afternoon. By the way, this is part of my new fall line. You notice, you see the metallic work here with the black lace. I think that's going to feature very large here. Honey, would you mind moving out of there? Come on. Hey. Thank you. Okay. By the way, some of these patterns over here go back about 20 years. They go back to when I first formed this corporation. Absolutely remarkable. Because would you believe it? Take it easy with that stuff. It's expensive. Anyway, it's amazing because some of these designs are actually going to come right back in. Just keep working, keep working. Absolutely amazing. Now, right up here is my office. And, of course, I've got my selling floor up here, which is kind of interesting because you'll find a couple of items from last year, 5 years ago, and you'll find the color schemes particularly interesting. You know, I really don't like to have visitors at this stage of the operation, but I thought that you might be different. You might be interested in seeing how the whole thing breaks down, the whole process. Excuse me. You got it all cleaned up in there? Thank you. Would you come in here, Miss Spencer? This is one of my private showing rooms. I use this for the press and for certain buyers from the better department stores. As you see, it's very casual. There's nothing for... Oh, look, someone sent flowers to us. Isn't that nice? From Stanwix. One of our better customers. Oh, please, Miss Spencer, here. This is your ringside seat for the show, please.
I do have another appointment, so this isn't going to take too long, is it?
No, it's not a long show. But every garment in it is worth a good long look, so please. You see, these are all of my original designs. And I think you're going to be very impressed.
Well, why don't we just cut the hard sell and get right to it then?
Sure. Good. All right. Presenting Sally Spectra Originals.
Excuse me. I understand that you're trying to put on a professional show here, but what I would really like is a chance to examine these dresses closely.
Rich?
Brooke, hi.
Hi, Thorne.
He's not here. He's in a meeting.
Oh.
You gonna wait for him?
Yeah, well, I'd like to. I wanted to take him to lunch. To talk about his mother. Your mother.
What happened now?
It gets so complicated, Thorne. One minute, I honestly believe that I am making headway with our relationship. And then the next, I'm just thoroughly confused.
I know the feeling.
With your mother?
No, with my brother. One minute we have this great rapport. And the next, I feel like I can't believe anything he tells me. Brooke, I just don't trust him.
Oh,
Hello, Mrs. Forrester.
Lieutenant?
How's your family?
Could you come here, please?
It's okay, Bernice. Come on.
Turn. Well, the workmanship looks really quite good. Thank you. And the design is fresh. It's interesting.
This is only the beginning, Miss Spencer. Please, take your seat. Huh? Go ahead, Bernice. Bring in the next girl. That's all right, honey. You can cut the bebop. Show the lady the dress.
That's a lovely print.
I think prints are going to stay strong through the fall.
Well, actually, I think most of the prints I've seen this fall are looking tired. But not this one. I like the way it's trimmed in velvet and the way it drapes.
Well, that's something I worked really hard on, you see. I think femininity is very, very important, right? Now here. I think metallics are going to make a very big comeback this fall. As a matter of fact, this might be the beginning of a whole new trend.
Unique, but simple.
You really like it?
I think it's very unusual. I also think that the designer has a wonderful eye for what looks good on a woman's body.
Oh, well, thanks. I worked very hard on this one. I called upon all of my years of experience and my observation of what works and what doesn't. Shall we continue?
Yes, please.
My family is fine.
This is just a social call. It is not an official visit.
All right, come in. I haven't seen you for quite a while.
Since a little before Christmas, if I'm not mistaken.
Would you like me to have Maria bring some coffee in?
No, thank you. Actually, I'd rather talk if that's possible.
Talk about what?
I'd like to talk about Thorne.
Why would I talk to you about my son when I don't trust you, Lieutenant?
I thought we had parted as friends.
Friends? Oh, Lieutenant, please. Strange bedfellows, perhaps, but not friends. Especially after your extraordinary kindness and courtesy of having me locked up in jail overnight.
I was thinking of your family, Mrs. Forrester. I didn't want to see them go through a repeat performance in the event Thorne went off the deep end again. And that is why I asked you to watch him so closely.
Lieutenant, you and I both know who shot Ridge accidentally. I did.
Okay, let's talk hypothetically.
Hypothetically? All right. If Thorne shot Ridge, then you will have to accept that it was a once-in-a-lifetime occurrence and will never, never happen again.
Okay, something, hypothetically, triggered Thorne to shoot Ridge that night. It wasn't the liquor, it wasn't the sleeping pill, or even the combination of those, although they made it easier for him to do that.
If I were to agree with you, just for the sake of argument, please, what is your point?
The point is that that triggering mechanism is still around. It is still capable of igniting the passion that caused Thorne to shoot his brother. He is a walking time bomb. He can go off at any moment. Now we cannot ignore that.
Now, this is my personal assistant, Darla. She's modeling my Spanish motif dress.
Sure is pretty, Sally.
You will notice that I think the Spanish influence is going to be very strongly felt this fall, and notice again the metallic accents.
Slight and very feminine.
Yeah, well, it's, yes, it's, metallic lights. Thank you, honey. Now, again, in this ensemble, you see the same metallic accents, only this time with the trousers for evening.
I've been seeing a lot of pants. You know, I'm not sure the consumer's going to continue accepting them.
Yes, but these have the look and feel of a skirt. They have the same elegance, the same flow.
No, I'm not saying that they're not special. They are. And they are very elegant. The combined effect with the jacket really does work quite well.
Now, this is my pièce de résistance. A true ball gown. This is something I have dreamed of designing for a long, long time.
I have to admit, I am very surprised, Miss Spectra. As you know, I had my doubts about this whole thing.
Yeah, well, you made that pretty clear.
But this gown is beautiful. This is one of the most exquisite gowns I've ever seen. And the lace is lovely, and this fabric.
Oh, that's all natural. There's nothing synthetic here. Well, how about it, Miss Spencer? Can you use them? Can you photograph them for your magazine?
I would like to feature them in my magazine. I'd like to show them to their best advantage. I think the industry is going to be very, very impressed.
I think the industry is going to love them.
I mean, they're fresh, and they're new, and they are news.
They're originals, like me.
Well, I'll give you that. They are original. I want to thank you for allowing Eye on Fashion to see them first.
Miss Spencer, Eye on Fashion is my favorite magazine. I wouldn't dream of offering these to anybody else.
Goodbye, Miss Spectra. This has been very enlightening.
Well, yes, please. Bye. Girls! Girls, you did it! You did it! You did it! Thank you! Thank you! Wonderful! Absolutely wonderful. We're gonna make it this time. We really are.
I think you're being a little dramatic, Lieutenant.
Well, that's my nature, Mrs. Forrester. You know the old saying, an ounce of prevention.
Well, all I can tell you is that I have seen absolutely no evidence whatsoever of any potential danger. None.
That is only because Thorne has not been confronted by the right set of circumstances.
Well, I
yet.
don't believe that there are going to be any right set of circumstances.
From my point of view, it is just a matter of time, unless somebody takes steps to correct the situation.
And what are you suggesting?
Nothing terribly dramatic.
Well, tell me what it is, Lieutenant. You obviously came over here with something on your mind.
I would like to suggest that you continue to watch Thorne very carefully. And that you do everything in your power to prevent a repeat of those circumstances that set him off the last time.
You don't trust Rich. In what way?
I just don't think he's leveling with me.
This has to do with Caroline.
Yeah.
What did Rich say to make you feel that?
It's a gut feeling, Brooke. A feeling that something really heavy is going on between them. God, if that were true. got a really terrible headache.
Here, let me get you some aspirin.
No. It goes away. Just let me sit here.
All right. There they go. Sally's Spectra originals. It's all come together at last. It has finally happened. At last.